Sometimes the sweetest smile hides the deepest loneliness, and the nicest people are the ones silently hurting the most. Have you ever felt like the more you give, the more people take you for granted? Like your kindness has become invisible and your silence misunderstood? If you've been told to always be kind, always give, always say yes, this video is your reality check. Because today we're breaking down why being too nice doesn't bring people closer. It quietly pushes them away. This isn't about changing who you are. It's about understanding your power, your worth, and the hidden truth behind emotional imbalance. So stay with me, because what you'll discover today might just shift how you show up in every relationship from this moment forward. Number 1. People sense when you're not being real. At first glance, being nice seems like a virtue. But when that niceness becomes a performance, something you do to gain approval, rather than a true reflection of who you are, people start to feel uneasy around you. It's not always something they can articulate, but they can sense it. There's a disconnect between your words and your energy. You smile when you're hurting. You agree when you want to disagree. You say yes out of fear, not love. And that's where the cracks begin to show. Humans are biologically programmed to detect inconsistencies. When your body language says one thing and your words say another, others instinctively start to distrust you. They may not know why, but they feel you're hiding something, your truth. And people don't bond with a mask. They bond with a soul. This is especially important in romantic and deep emotional relationships. If your partner never gets to see the real you, your frustration, your limits, your raw thoughts, they never get to connect with you at a soul level. Instead, they feel like they're dating a representative version of you, one that's been edited and filtered for approval. Over time, this causes them to emotionally detach. They want depth, not diplomacy. They want your truth, not your performance. So, here's the secret. The real you, the one with opinions, with boundaries, with imperfections, is far more lovable than the fake, nice version you think people want. Authenticity is messy, but it's powerful, and the more real you become, the more people trust and love you for you, not just your manners. Number 2. You teach people to undervalue. Let's be brutally honest. In relationships, what you tolerate, you encourage. When you're overly nice, always giving, never demanding, constantly forgiving, endlessly available, you subconsciously teach people how to treat you. And guess what? They follow your lead. It's not always out of malice. In fact, most people don't even realize they're doing it. But when you place yourself last, others do too. It becomes a silent agreement. My needs don't matter, yours do. And while that might seem noble at first, it slowly erodes your value in their eyes. You become the one who will always understand, the one who never says no, the one who gives and gives, even when they're empty. Over time, people don't see you as strong or kind. They see you as emotionally cheap, easily available, easily overlooked. What's worse, you begin to feel resentment inside. You start to notice the imbalance. You feel unappreciated, unloved, unseen. But instead of confronting it, you give even more, hoping they'll finally see your worth. But they don't. Why? Because respect isn't earned through sacrifice, it's earned through self-respect. Want to be valued? Learn to say no. Learn to walk away from one-sided love. Learn to demand reciprocation, not with anger, but with calm certainty. When people see that you honor your own energy, time, and love, they start honoring it too. They start seeing you as rare, not replaceable. And that shift changes everything. Number 3, you're robbing them of real emotional intimacy. It might sound counterintuitive, but being too nice can block emotional intimacy. Why? Because intimacy is built on emotional truth, not on perpetual harmony. When you're too nice, you often avoid expressing your real feelings, needs, or pain out of fear that it might push the other person away. But, ironically, this is what creates the emotional distance. Let's break it down. True emotional intimacy is born in moments of vulnerability, when you say, "That really hurt me," or "I need you to show up more," or "I'm scared I'm losing you." These aren't easy things to say, but they connect people. They open a raw emotional door. When you're always nice, you close that door. You pretend everything's okay, even when your heart is breaking. You try to protect others from your truth, but all you're doing is isolating yourself emotionally. Eventually, your partner or friend begins to feel like they can't reach you. You're there, but not fully present. There's no emotional weight, no realness, just surface-level peace. This doesn't mean you have to be dramatic or confrontational, but it does mean you need to let people into your inner world. You need to stop smiling through pain, stop hiding your tears, and stop protecting others from your humanity. Let them see the real you. That's how love deepens. That's how trust builds. That's how connection becomes unbreakable. Number 4, you lose respect by avoiding conflict. One of the most dangerous habits of a too nice person is conflict avoidance. You fear confrontation like it's a virus. You'll shrink your voice, ignore your needs, even accept unfair treatment, just to avoid a tough conversation. But here's the hard truth. When you avoid conflict, you sacrifice your integrity, and that kills respect, slowly but surely. People may appreciate your gentleness, but they won't admire your passivity. They may like your politeness, but they won't trust you to stand up for yourself or for them. Over time, you become someone they can walk over. Someone who will always cave in. Someone who doesn't have a spine. And let's be real, nobody respects someone who doesn't respect themselves. Now, this doesn't mean you need to be aggressive, but you do need to be assertive. You need to develop the strength to say, "That's not okay," or "I need to talk about this," or "I'm not comfortable with what just happened." Healthy conflict is not a sign of disrespect. It's a sign of maturity. It shows that you care enough to address issues instead of silently resenting them. It shows you value both the relationship and yourself. Avoiding conflict doesn't keep the peace, it buries pain. And buried pain always finds a way to rise, usually in the form of anger, disconnection, or even emotional collapse. So stop fearing conflict. Embrace honest conversation. That's where real strength and real connection live. Number 5, you become emotionally exhausting over time. It might seem ironic, but overly nice people often become emotionally exhausting to be around. Not because they're bad people, but because their emotional approach becomes imbalanced. They give too much, hide too much, and expect unspoken returns in exchange for their endless niceness. This creates a kind of emotional tension. Others feel like they're being suffocated by kindness. It doesn't feel open and relaxed. It feels obligatory, like they owe something they didn't ask for. You might constantly check in. Are you okay? Did I upset you? Can I help? Do you still like me? And while your intention is good, the effect is heavy. People don't want to feel like they have to constantly reassure you, praise you, or validate you. That pressure drains them. Why does this happen? Because many too nice people give from a place of fear, not abundance. Fear of abandonment, fear of being disliked, fear of not being enough. When you give and give without boundaries, it's often a secret cry for love and validation. But it's never said directly. And when love is manipulated, even unconsciously, it stops feeling authentic. So, what's the solution? Start giving from a place of wholeness, not emptiness. Give when you want to, not when you feel you have to. Say what you need instead of hinting. Let people love the real you, not the version of you who's always trying to earn it. Because when you drop the mask and reclaim your emotional space, you stop exhausting others, and you finally find peace within yourself. So, here's the truth. Being nice isn't the problem, but being too nice at the cost of your own needs, your own peace, and your own identity slowly erases you from the story of your own life. You weren't born to be a doormat. You weren't meant to please everyone while you suffer in silence. And the love you truly deserve, it doesn't come from how much you bend, break, or sacrifice. It comes when you value yourself enough to set boundaries, to say no when needed, and to stop chasing people who don't see your worth. Because the moment you stop overgiving, the right people start respecting you. The moment you stop apologizing for your standards, your life begins to align. You are not here to be liked by everyone. You are here to be respected, to be cherished, and above all, to be true to yourself. So the next time you feel the urge to be overly nice, pause and ask yourself, am I doing this out of love or out of fear? If it's fear, walk away. If it's love, stay grounded, but never lose yourself again.